The Governor of the State of Illinois has declared a gubernatorial disaster proclamation in response to COVID-19 outbreak, and all of the village of Glendale Heights is covered by the disaster area. In light of the ongoing COVID-19 outbreak, the village president of the village of Glendale Heights has determined that an in-person
This whole
meeting
thing's smaller. It
for
doesn't
the
get
September
smaller.
1st, 2022
Doesn't get smaller.
Village Board and Committee of the whole meeting is not practical or prudent in light of the disaster. All of the trustees of the Village Board participating in the September 1st, 2022 Village Board meeting, wherever their physical location shall be verified and determined that they can hear one another and can hear all discussion and testimony during the meeting. Signed, Chaudhry Makhokar, Village President of the Village of Glendale Heights, dated September 1st, 2022. I would like to call this Village Board meeting of Thursday, September 1st, 2022 to order. Will the clerk please take the roll?
President Coker?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Here.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Here.
Trustee Light?
Here.
Trustee Meritato?
Here.
Trustee Pojek?
Here.
Trustee Schroeder?
Here.
Please stand and join me in saying the Pledge of Allegiance.
States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We now move to B, petitions and communications. Number one, community announcement. Trustee Schmidt, will you please?
Due to a scheduling conflict, the next village board meeting has been rescheduled from Thursday, September 15th, 2022 to Thursday, September 22nd, 2022. If you have any questions on this date change, please contact the village president's office at 630-909-5302. The next coffee and chat with the village president and board will be Saturday, October 1st at the Center for Senior Citizens from 10 a.m. to noon. Please note, there is no coffee and chat in September due to the Labor Day holiday. If you are unable to attend and have any comments, suggestions, or questions for the village president or village board, please call the village president's office anytime at 630-909-5302. Thank you.
You're welcome. Trustee Siddiqui.
The Glendale Heights Police Department is hosting their annual Citizens Police Academy. The Citizens Police Academy will be held on Wednesdays from September 7th through November 16th and features a realistic view of police work taught by Glendale Heights police officers. Enrollment is free and open to citizens 18 years of age and older who live or work in Glendale Heights. Applications for enrollment can be downloaded and printed from village website. For more information, contact the police department's non-emergency number at 630-260-6070.
Trustee Light.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Citizen Police Committee is great. Everyone should at least do it once. I'm doing it twice because it's good. The Village of Glendale Heights is gearing up for the 39th Annual Show and Shine Car Show and Swap Meet at Camera Park on Sunday, September 18th from 10 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. There will be 18 classes of vehicles on display along with the swap meet, food, music, and more. If you're interested in registering a vehicle or signing up to be a swap meet vendor or crafter, please visit www.glendaleheights.org/carshow to download a registration form. I hope to see everyone there. Come on out to Camera Park September 15th through the 25th for Oktoberfest, sponsored by Elke Inc. and the Village of Glendale Heights. Enjoy authentic German food and drink, live bands, dancing, entertainers, and other family-friendly activities. Enter for a chance to win a trip to Germany, which will include a special brewery tour. For more information, including hours, entertainment fees, please visit www.glendaleheightsoktoberfest.com or call 323-577-3893. Both great events. I hope to see everyone there.
Clerk Substitute, Ms. Jasjeet.
Village of Glendale Heights and the Village Board relies on the community to let us know if you see something of concern. When submitting a concern in writing to any of our other departments or your district trustee, we do ask that you please include your name along with phone number or email address. This will help us ask additional questions for clarification and give us a chance to follow up with you. Additionally, the village website has a new Report a Concern tool for you to submit your concern or browse any frequently asked questions. If you have any questions about how to report a concern, contacting your district trustee, or any other forms of communication, please contact the Public Relations Division at 630-909-5350.
Thank you, Ms. Jasjeet. Trustee Maritado,
Thank you.
you're welcome.
Come on out to Heritage Park for some fishing fun on Saturday, October 1st, from 9 a.m. until 11:30 a.m. at the annual Fishing Derby in conjunction with Harvest Fest. Hosted by the Village of Glendale Heights, the FOP Lodge 52, and the Glenside Fire Protection District. Try your luck at catching some of the trophy fish like catfish, bluegills, and bass that live in Lake Bucera. Registration begins at 9 a.m. and the derby begins promptly at 9:30 a.m. We will conclude the fishing derby with a trophy presentation and prizes. The fishing derby is a catch and release event. For more information, please contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Celebrate the fall season at Heritage Park on Saturday, October 1st, right after the fishing derby, from noon to 4 p.m. at the annual Harvest Fest. Welcome autumn arrivals with music, craft, hay rides, a chili cook-off, bags tournament, food and drinks, games, and much more. This event is fun for the entire family with activities for everyone. For more information, contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Thank you.
You're welcome. Trustee Pojek.
The Village of Glendale Heights remembers Patriot Day on Sunday, September 11th, with a silent parade of first responder vehicles, followed by a candlelight service at 7:15 p.m. at the front steps of the Village Hall. Please join the Village of Glendale Heights and the Glendale Heights community as we come together for a moment of silence and reflection on Patriot Day. We will never forget those we lost on September 11, 2001. For more information, please call the Public Relations Division at 630-909-5350.
Trustee Schroeder,
Thank you, Mayor.
you're welcome.
The Aquatic Center's last day of the season is Monday, September the 5th. Stop by the Aquatic Center one last time this Saturday and Sunday from noon to 6 p.m. and on Labor Day from noon to 5 p.m. Stop by and cool off in the pool and soak up the sun. For more information on the Aquatic Center, contact the Sports Hub at 630-260-6060. Thank you, Mayor.
You're welcome. Number 2, reschedule of the Village Board and Committee of the Whole, meeting from September 15, 2022 to September 22, 2022. Number 3, proclamation. We have the following proclamations. A, proclamation to proclaim the month of September as National Senior Center Month. A proclamation to proclaim the month of September as National Preparedness month. A proclamation to proclaim the month of September as National Suicide Prevention Awareness Month. A proclamation to proclaim the week of September 4 to 10, 2022 as National Payroll Week. A proclamation to proclaim September 15 to October 15, 2022 as Hispanic Heritage Month. A proclamation to proclaim September 19 to 25, 2022 as Rail Safely Week. A proclamation in support of the United States Surgeon General's call to action to promote walking and walkable communities. If there are no objections, I will sign these proclamations.
Go for it.
Okay, thank you. Next, we go on to presentations. First, we have the 2022 Move with the Mayor Challenge. Next, we have the 2020. Keith, do we have? Okay.
Yeah, I want to have Chris Navarro come up. He's going to do a quick presentation. Today is September 1st, which is the kickoff to this year's Move with the Mayor campaign. And Chris has a little bit of information and we want to share with the public so that we can get a big team and get a lot of participants on our team for this year. So go ahead, Chris.
Perfect, yeah. So as Keith stated, we are going to be starting our Fall Fit City Challenge, which is part of the Move with the Mayor campaign. Mayor Kokar has done a great job of getting other towns involved in this, and this season we are going to be participating alongside over 68 other cities across the U.S., so it's really impressive. This movement is kind of, it's getting bigger and bigger each season, so we're pretty pumped about it. As he mentioned, the challenge is going to be from September 1st all the way through October 15th, and this challenge will consist of about two portions. We'll say the free and fun physical challenge, which we've seen before. It's just to promote physical activity in the community. This is done through an app that you download, and then you can track your activity minutes regardless of what they are. You know, if you're walking your dog, you're doing yard work, whatever it is, as long as you're moving, those can count. And then it'll track your minutes, and it'll keep tab of all of Glendale Heights minutes and kind of compare us to other towns. So we don't want to look bad. We want to have a lot of people out there join us and get moving a lot so we can be up there with the top cities. And then, like I mentioned, there is that friendly competition, which compares us to other towns, and there's 68 of them, so we've got our work cut out for us this season, Mayor. And you guys may be asking, how can I participate? Well, it's super easy. If you go to sparkamerica.com/register, all you got to do is create an account there, and then you'll be given an option to join Team Glendale Heights. Once you join Team Glendale Heights, you can then download an app on your phone. I've got it. Keith has it. Mayor has it. A lot of people have it. Once you download that app, you'll log in, and then you can just start tracking all of your activity right then and there. There's also some other bonuses that go along with that app as well. I'm not going to get into all of that. But yeah, you'll join the 2022 Fall Fit City Challenge. You'll track your minutes, and then that's it. So once you get it going, it's super easy. If you guys need a more detailed instruction on how to do all of that, you can visit our website at www.ghrec.org/movewiththemayor. Like in seasons past, there's a little bit of bonuses that go along for all the participants. Each week, one of the sponsors of this campaign, which is Vionic Shoes, will be choosing random people to give away a pair of shoes for. And these are not just any shoes. These are pretty nice shoes. They go up to like $250, so really great walking shoes. And then additionally, they'll have other giveaways on their social media. So if you're participating, you know, you might as well just keep checking that out, and maybe you'll win some free shoes. And last but not least, we're really excited that this year we're going to switch it up on you guys. You know, we've tried the Zumba before, then we did some yoga, and then this year we're going to do some biking. I know the mayor's a big fan of riding bikes, so am I. So we're going to be doing a Tour de Glendale Heights, which is a community bike ride. And then we're also not, we don't want to leave behind the little ones. So we're going to do a tiny tour for all our young kids, and they'll ride their bikes around Cameron Park. And that'll be taking place on Saturday, October 8th from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. The tiny rides will be from 10 10 a.m. to 10:30. And then after that, we'll start with the community ride. It's going to be really fun. We hope to get a lot of people out there. We're going to be visiting a lot of the local parks and then riding around town and then finishing up back at Camera Park. It's going to be a great family event. There'll be some other stuff that we do as well. But yeah, we hope that everyone can come out and join us. Get your bikes ready, because before you know it, the summer's going to be over. So let's get out for one last ride. And then, like I said, for more information, you guys can visit www.ghrec.org/movewiththemayor. And then you can follow us on social media as well. We'll be posting a lot of informative pictures, kind of like the ones you see there, in order to prevent heart disease in the community. We want to make sure that all of our citizens are staying as healthy as possible out there. So, yeah, hopefully you guys can all be a part of it this season.
Thank you, Mr. Chris.
Take care.
Next, we have the 2022 Charity Golf Classic check presentation. Jan Farrell.
Oh, it's just one slide, never mind.
Thank you, Mayor and Board, for the opportunity to speak this evening. This year, the 22nd Annual Glendale Heights Charity Golf Classic was held on Friday, June 17th. We had 64 golfers who enjoyed a day of great weather, golf, food, and laughs while raising money for 6 worthwhile charities. A big thank you to all of our sponsors and volunteers who made this event another major success. Over the past 22 years, the Charity Classic has now raised over $510,000 to a variety of local charities. This year, 6 local charities were selected to receive the proceeds from the Charity Classic. The first one is Northern Illinois Food Bank, who serves food to those in need in Glendale Heights. Second one is DuPage Senior Citizen Council Meals on Wheels program, which helps our Glendale Heights senior citizens at the Center for Senior Citizens. The third is the Glendale Heights Christmas Sharing program, which helps spread a little holiday cheer for those in need. The fourth one is the FOP Lodge 52 Community Enrichment Fund, who utilizes the proceeds to benefit local youth programs, families in need, and area charitable organizations. The fifth one is the Glendale Heights Chamber of Commerce Scholarship Fund, who grants academic, trade, and special needs assistance to students who live in Glendale Heights or have a direct relationship with the Chamber of Commerce. And last but not least, the Glendale Heights Foundation is a nonprofit organization incorporated in 2003 to provide limited one-time emergency financial assistance to village residents. A grand total of $21,000 was raised this year, and this will be equally distributed amongst the 6 charities. Each charity is going to get $3,500. I have representatives here that are going to come up, accept their check, and say a few words on how they're going to spend the money. The first check is being presented to Northern Illinois Food Bank for $3,500. Accepting on behalf of the food bank is Jennifer Eckerman. Let me give you the money first. Let's do that.
Thank you so much to the Village of Glendale Heights for this generous support of Northern Illinois Food Bank. I just want to tell you a little bit about what your gift is going to do. We serve a 13-county service area, including DuPage County here, with nutritious groceries. We have 58 member agencies here in DuPage County. That works possible because of staff, volunteers, community supporters like you. We're serving about 109,000 neighbors on average monthly here in DuPage County, which is an increased need. And we distribute about 1.3 million meals monthly here in DuPage County. Our member agencies do the bulk of our work. They're providing 75% of the distributions, and then 25% of the distribution of food happens through Food Bank Direct programs, including our mobile market program, which during the height of the pandemic, the Village of Glendale Heights helped with the emergency response by hosting mobile market distributions, large-scale distributions at Camera Park that really serve neighbors here in Glendale Heights, and that is how our partnership came to be. So we're so grateful for your ongoing support, and we continue to be challenged by the food supply chain. All of the things that you feel at the grocery store, we're feeling at the food bank. Nutritious food, the variety of food. We've had a decline in government support and manufacturing donations. Increased food costs and supply chain challenges still challenge us at the food bank. So we're so grateful for this financial support to help us be able to continue to buy food to provide nutritious groceries to neighbors here in Glendale Heights. Thank you.
Thank you.
The second check is being presented to DuPage Senior Citizen Council, also for $3,500. Accepting on behalf of the council is Ann Margaret.
Thank you. This is awesome. We're delivering meals to seniors in Glendale Heights every day. But more than that, we're doing a well-being check too. So all of our volunteers do that besides deliver a meal, and we say it's actually more important than delivering that meal. Seniors may be able to go without a meal a day, but they can't go without that well-being check. So 900 meals are delivered in DuPage County. We're delivering right out of the senior center here in Glendale Heights to our seniors in Glendale Heights. The intake is crazy. We're adding new seniors every day. We're rerouting. We're getting those meals out. We want to also call to action all the citizens in Glendale Heights. We're looking for volunteers. DuPage Senior Citizens Council, DuPageSeniorCouncil.org/volunteering. We could really use you guys out here to help us deliver those meals. And this is a wonderful check. It's going to go towards those meals. And we really depend on townships and municipalities for some of this money. But a golf outing, wow, this is spectacular. So thank you so much. We appreciate it.
The third check is being presented to the Village of Glendale Heights for the Christmas Sharing Fund for also $3,500. I don't have anyone accepting for the village on that tonight, and I can speak just real quickly about what that is. It's an internal program that helps families in need around the holidays, and a lot of staff and community folks get involved to help with that. So I don't have a check because that's going to be an internal transfer of money. So yay for the Christmas Sharing Program, that they deserve to get some of this as well. The fourth check is being presented to the Glendale Heights Fraternal Order Lodge 52 Community Enrichment Fund for $3,500. Accepting on behalf of this organization is FOP Lodge 52 Treasurer Officer Zach Pugh.
Thank you. I try not to speak much and not be in the spotlight, so I'll make it quick. You also put me after everyone else who has a lot better things to say than I do. We support, we're a 501c8 organization supporting our members as well as the community. All money that we raise or that is raised at events like this is used goes back into the community. Some of the various activities that we sponsor is the FOP Fishing Derby. This year, we're actually going to be stocking the pond again with the help of the fire department. It's a little more expensive later in the season, but this will help with that. We sponsor Shop with a Cop, where we pick members of the youth in the community to go to Target and spend time shopping for their families with police officers. Different school events, dodgeball tournaments, basketball tournaments, so we can show the firefighters we're better than them. Special Olympics is a big one. So the community, we also participate with the emergency fund for families in need. So pretty much anytime there's a need in the community, we try to step up and help. And this check is our primary source, and this event is our primary source to be able to provide those services and the financial support. So we thank you all for that. Thank you.
The fifth check this evening is being presented to the Glendale Heights Chamber of Commerce for their scholarship fund for $3,500. Accepting on behalf of this charity is Glendale Heights Chamber of Commerce President April Hieronymus.
Hi, thank you so much. This charity event, I think I've been 5 years involved with it, and it's so nice. And this year, that everything goes back to the community here with the Northern Illinois Food Bank and Meals on Wheels. And the kids that get these scholarships really appreciate the money. It helps them with things, books, housing, classes. So thanks so much.
And the sixth and final check this evening is being presented to the Glendale Heights Foundation for $3,500. Bill Foss will be accepting on behalf of this organization.
Right here. Oh, sorry, I didn't want to break the camera. Thank you. I'd like to thank the board and everybody that worked on the golf outing for this money and their donations. And we do help a lot of people in the village, like their water bill, electric bill, things of that nature, and some medical. And every year, we do appreciate getting more. And if Keith was a little quicker, we'd have it a little bit sooner. But I want to thank everybody here in the whole village for everything that's donated. Thank you.
We look forward to seeing everyone for the event in 2023. Date has not been set yet, but stay tuned for more information. If we could have all of the folks here come on up for a picture, that'd be great. Thank you again.
Thank you for your well done job.
No problem. Thank you.
Okay. Okay. Oh, nice, thank you.
Right here, 1, 2, 3. Let me get one more. 1, 2, 3.
I like the ladies better.
I agree.
Cool.
We have also a recognition tonight, the retirement of Community Development Director Joanne Brenner. Doug, I have prepared a speech if you want to read it, or you have it, okay.
I have mine.
Okay.
You have something you want to read there, Mayor?
You want me to read this one? Okay. I forgot to send you.
No,
These are the points?
yeah, you said these are the points for Joanne.
I have worked for the local government for 36 years, with the last 10 years in Glendale Heights. This is our Joanne. Where is Joanne, you know?
Right there.
Oh, ma'am, how are you? So to me, you look like 36-year-old, you know? So you worked 10 years in Glendale Heights, and where did you work for 26 years, you know, rest of the?
Mostly in DuPage County.
And I have assisted in creating 3 TIF districts while with the village. Can you please put a little light on those 3 TIF districts?
Certainly. So the North Avenue Corridor TIF District, near Swift Road, which is where the Duke development is.
Oh, don't steal my thunder.
I'm sorry. So 3, I'm sure Doug will elaborate on that later. There we go.
Okay. The Community Development Department has modernized significantly in the last 10 years with creating business licensing and rental licensing invoices and allowing submitting application via email. How many permit license did you issue in your 10-year year, you know?
I have no idea.
Rough idea, how many?
About 1,500 a year for 10 years, so that's
In millions? Okay, we appreciate and we will miss you for rest of our life, you know.
Thank you very much.
You did wonderful job for this community, and I believe every house is benefited by your department, you know, directly, indirectly. So we really appreciate, we honor all the work done in the last 10 years.
Thank you.
So Joanne. Yes. This isn't your life, but it's okay. Normally, we don't recognize somebody for a 10-year retirement. But in Joanne's case, it's not 10 years of retirement. It's 36 years of dedicated public service to a couple years in Florida. We won't count those so much, but 36 years of serving residents of Glendale Heights, the last 10 of which are in Glendale Heights. So Joanne came to us in 2012, and February 27th of 2012, and retired next Wednesday. So next Wednesday, there is a cake and celebration for Joanne. Cake and celebration for Joanne at the Senior Center, 3 o'clock-ish, next Wednesday. Joanne is here with her sisters Diane and Laura, and their husbands, Bill and Dana, and most importantly, her son Joey. Stand up. There you go.
And
That's her date to Spain next week or 2 weeks. Prior to Glendale Heights, Joanne worked for several other municipalities in various planning and economic development roles, leaving positive impacts in every community she's been a part of. Joanne has dedicated 36 years of planning, growing, developing the municipalities and communities she has served. During Joanne's 10 years with the Village of Glendale Heights, she and her staff have been responsible for not only the growth of the village, but growth within her division. Joanne started with a staff of 11, and now her staff has grown to 14. We've added needed resources to keep up with the growing demand that the village has expanded. During Joanne's tenure, she and her staff have been responsible for maintaining building life safety within the village, our rental program, building permits and inspections, meeting with residents regarding property issues, and economic development. Economic development has prospered during Joanne's tenure. Here are some of Joanne's accomplishments of her and her staff. 2013, 81 units, Anthony Place Senior Apartment Building, located 1123 Bloomingdale Road. Glen Oaks Hospital, under Joanne's guidance, went through major upgrades, major upfitting. It's a beautiful hospital right now. Bucky's Gas Station, 602 North Avenue, developed into a Casey's now. Joanne saw the expansion of what was a dilapidated old bar restaurant into a Bucky's gas station, and now into what is Casey's. In 2014, Joanne worked to secure a state-of-the-art Shell gas station with convenience store and car wash at Army Trail and Bloomingdale Roads. That also was an old, rundown mobile station that was vacant. That has added a lot of prosperity to that corner. 2018, Joanne worked with the village board to focus on development along North Avenue. Staff worked extensively with Duke Realty on redevelopment of an unincorporated 17-acre area on the north side of North Avenue, just west of Swift Road. That area was annexed and redeveloped with a 180,000 square foot industrial building. Coda Resources has leased the entire 180,000 square feet, and they've been a great tenant for the last 3 years. ML Realty received village board approval to remove several dilapidated structures and construct a 116,000 square foot flexible building at 760 North Avenue. That building has just now been rented, correct?
Yes.
So that building will be fully occupied by end of year. Venture One received village board approval to construct a 150,000 square foot building at 1 East North Avenue. This was the old sports center. It was vacant for many, many years. The village spent a lot of money taking the person to court to get the property maintained and fixed. And ultimately, it was sold to development, and that building, 150,000 square feet, is all fully rented as well. Additional development along North Avenue includes Freddy's Frozen Custard and Steak Burgers, the Jeep dealership expansion, Burger King, Popeyes at Bloomingdale Road and North Avenue. And most recently, Joanne and her staff have worked there day and night for a year, maybe 2 years, on annexing and bringing forward Cavalry Drive. For anybody that remembers, that was a truck storage facility. That was a bad place for a truck storage facility. The land was privately owned. We were able to, through lawsuits and threat of more lawsuits, able to get the tenant out. They sold to ML Realty. And right now we have two buildings, almost both fully rented, not occupied till November. 142,000 square foot building and a 150,000 square foot building in a new 20-acre TIF district. The primary tenant will be Clyde's Donuts. They're maintaining a space in Addison, but expanding out here to Glendale Heights. So Clyde's Donuts will be mixing in with Kronos, and we'll have some sugar and gyro combination going on. Joanne, come up here. That's just some of the accomplishments that Joanne and her staff have done, but, you know, you're talking 1.5 to 2 million square foot of expansion into the village that took care of eyesores that was of no value to the village, and now are prospering developments that are fully occupied with great tenants that will be long-term tenants because they're great businesses. So, Joanne, personally, I'm going to miss our meetings, our lunches, our day-to-day interactions and conversations. I'm going to sincerely miss you and everything you've brought to the village, everything you've done for the village and myself. I know I can speak for the staff. They feel the same way. Excuse me. And they are always going to miss you. Your legacy is vast. Your legacy is going to live on forever. You can drive by Glendale Heights proudly as you see all the buildings. You can point to your family, everything that you've done. Yeah, there you go. Be proud of that, because without you, none of that happens. So I just want to say good luck in your future. Good luck in your travels. I know you're going to travel a lot soon. Be safe. Send pictures. Stay in contact. And whatever we can do to help you, please reach out. So give me a hug.
Well, thank you all very, very much. I do want to actually thank the village board for all of your support in my tenure. Without your support and direction, a lot of this wouldn't happen, and I would not have been able to contribute. The Plan Commission as well have been great at promoting economic development and moving developments forward. I want to thank Community Development Department and the staff in the Community Development Department that carries out the direction of the board and provides high-quality customer service. I've had an opportunity to work with many, quote, excellent staff in the village of Glendale Heights. So I want to thank my fellow department heads that they have really been a team to continue to help improve the village overall. And I want to thank my family for continuing to support me in my entire career, and certainly in Glendale Heights and throughout my whole life. And really, in essence, my son Joey, he was 10 when I started working here, and he helped, I think there's a term here that we use occasionally called voluntold. So he volunteered for breakfast with Santa, breakfast with the Easter Bunny, Christmas sharing, and actually even did his Boy Scout Eagle project to benefit Glendale Lakes Golf Club. So we have really been part of the Glendale Heights community for many, many years. And I thank you, and I am privileged to have hopefully served the residents of Glendale Heights as best as I could over the last 10 years. Thank you.
Please get Joanne's family up here for some quick pictures. One, two, three. One, two, three. Mm-hmm.
we now go on to public discussion of agenda items. Is there anyone anyone in public that would like to address this board on an agenda items? None? You have the consent agenda before you. Would Acting Village Administrator Doug Flint please read the consent agenda?
Thank you, Mayor.
You will.
1, approval of the regular board meeting minutes of August 18th, 2022. 2, approval of committee of the whole meeting minutes of August 18th, 2022. 3, approval of accounts payable listing of September 1st, 2022 in the amount of $1,219,065.82. 4, an ordinance to authorize the renewal of the entertainment permit for live entertainment for Sitzel Plots located at 729 East North Avenue in the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 5, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an agreement between the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, and Concentric Integration LLC, furnishing professional engineering services for the 2022 supervisory. Control and data acquisition SCADA systems improvement project for the village of Glendale Heights, Illinois. 6, a resolution to authorize the execution of an agreement for professional engineering services for the 2022-2023 Industrial User Discharge Program Assistant Project. 7, a resolution to approve and authorize the execution of an intergovernmental agreement between the County of DuPage on its own behalf and on behalf of its Emergency Telephone Systems Board and the Village of Glendale Heights in connection with the Interoperable Emergency Dispatch Radio System. 8, a resolution authorizing the issuance of a notice of award, authorizing the execution of a contract for Parkway tree trimming services. 9, a motion to approve pay request number 10 to Joseph J. Henderson and Son for the digester rehabilitation project in the total amount not to exceed $501,073.84. Excuse me. 10, a motion to approve pay request number 11 to V3 Construction Group Limited for the East Branch Tributary Number 2 Channel Maintenance Project in the total amount not to exceed $7,965. 11 is approval of consent items.
Is there a motion to approve the consent agenda? Trustee Schmidt, Trustee Pojek.
Motion to approve the consent agenda.
Trustee, second, Trustee Light. Discussion. Discussion? No. A roll call vote, please.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
The consent agenda is approved. Old business, none. New business. A motion to waive first reading on new business item 2. I need motion for that. Trustee Light.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Trustee Pat. Discussion. None. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
The motion to waive first reading on new business item 2 is approved. Number 2. What is this? It's not. Who is reading this?
An ordinance to amend.
I have to read this?
Yeah.
Why is not? Okay, go ahead, I will do that. An ordinance to amend section 4-3-13 entitled Number of Licenses of Chapter 3 entitled Liquor Control of Title 4 entitled Business and License Registrations of the Village Code of the Village of Glendale Heights, Illinois, Class A license, Lucky's 365 Gaming Cafe. First reading has been waived. Ordinance 2022-57. Is there a motion to adopt Ordinance 2022-57? Trustee Schmidt.
So moved.
Second.
Second, Trustee Light. Discussion? None. Roll call vote, please.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder,
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt.
Yes.
The motion to adopt ordinance 2022-57 is approved. We now go on the public discussions of agenda items. Is there anyone in the public that would like to address this board on an agenda item? Okay.
Easy one.
Please, your name
At
and
Pope Wayne Avenue. It's just have a house. I just, for my own sake, want to know, although all the charities you guys donated to, that was great, but how come we didn't sponsor a Make-A-Wish child this year?
We, based on economic conditions that were going on at the time and what we predict in the future, we just decided to keep all the money internally in Glendale Heights.
But we always sponsor a Glendale Heights child, I thought.
Yes, maybe.
All right, I just wondered. I always thought that was like the most special part of, the donations was sponsoring a Make-A-Wish kid.
Yeah, this year we decided to keep everything local so that all the money mandated it back to Glendale Heights through food and through charity of Christmas sharing and all of that.
All right, just wondered. Thanks.
anybody else? There is no executive session. Is there a motion to adjourn? Trustee Light,
Motion to adjourn.
Trustee Pojek.
Second.
A roll call vote.
Trustee Schroeder, Trustee Schroeder,
Oh, yes, I'm sorry.
That's fine.
Trustee Schmidt,
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui,
Yes.
Trustee Light,
Yes.
Trustee Meritato,
Yes.
Trustee Pojek.
Yes.
This meeting is adjourned. Trustee Smith, you have the committee of the whole meeting.
I'd like to call this committee of the whole meeting of Thursday, September 1st, 2022 to order. Will the clerk please note who is present?
So noted.
Thank you. Does anyone have any additions or deletions? I have one that, a police department recognition ceremony. Anybody else? Trustee Siddiqui?
HR department.
I'm sorry?
HR.
HR department, okay. Trustee Meritato?
Okay, I have, Police Department, the Senior Center, and, ComDev.
Okay. Trustee Pojek?
First one is trustees, and the second one is neighborhood watch.
Okay, let's see. Start out with public comment. Is there anyone that wishes to address the board?
Kim Darling, Greenbrier. I have two things. I'm looking for information on the dispensary. I know, Joanne, I'm sorry.
No, actually, we have a partial submittal for a dispensary. The application is incomplete, but we're expecting a complete application within the next few days, and then I will be able to release the actual location. So I'm sure by the next board meeting, unfortunately, I won't be here, but we do have one that is definitely moving forward. Their application's not quite complete yet.
Okay,
And
is
then
that
this-
for the dispensary or is that for the fusion?
No, that's for the dispensary. The infusing is already, and they're on their way, so it's actually with a potential of a second location as well. So we may end up with two, but we have one that has already submitted a partial application.
Excellent. Okay, I know this one's gonna piss somebody off. Community garden?
It doesn't make me mad at all. We're all good.
Oh, good. See?
No, the community garden has been put on hold for a while.
Okay.
At the last, it might not be the last, but one of the last school board meetings with District 16, they're going out for a project and they're incorporating the community garden as a part of that project. When we went out for the original bid for it to do it separately. It came in about 3 times what it was anticipated to come in. Even with the engineers on that project as a part of it, they feel that that cost was ridiculous and that if it was a part of a bigger project, it would come in at the price we need. That bid package, my understanding, is gonna go out in October. And the hope is that we'll have the community garden ready to go by the spring.
Really? Okay, that's all I got. Thank you.
Okay, anybody else? Okay, we then move on to committee recommendations. From the Plan Commission, a recommendation to approve an application for the following. An amendment to section 11-6-4 exemptions from permit to establish standards for operational and informational signage. An amendment to section 11-6-11 non-exempt sign standards to establish standards for informational signage. An amendment to section 11-10B-2 permitted uses to allow commercial schools for music, dance, business, or trade that are under 4,000 square feet as a permitted use in the C2 district. An amendment to section 11-10B-3 conditional uses to allow commercial schools for music, dance, business, or trade that are 4,000 square feet or more as a conditional use in the C2 district. An amendment to section 11-10C-2 permitted uses to allow commercial schools for music, dance, business, or trade that are under 4,000 square feet as a permitted use in the C3 district. An amendment to section 11-10C-3 conditional uses to allow commercial schools for music, dance, business, or trade that are 4,000 square feet or more as a conditional use in the C3 district. An amendment to section 11-10D-2 permitted uses to allow commercial schools for music, dance, business, or trade that are under 4,000 square feet as a permitted use in the C4 district. An amendment to section 11-10D-3 conditional uses to allow commercial schools for music, dance, business, or trade that are 4,000 square feet or more as a conditional use in the C4 district. Joanne, do you have anything to say about this?
Yes, sir. As our commercial districts are evolving and retail is being more difficult, we find that we're having more application or more interest in small trade schools or music schools, and we're trying to continue to be business friendly without adversely impacting the community. So we're recommending that we allow as a permitted use, the small schools, like music schools. We have an application right now for somebody that does guitar lessons. And rather than having them go through the entire conditional use process for a small retail storefront, we're making this recommendation and then keeping it under 4,000 square feet, and then over 4,000 square feet is where they're more likely to have impact on parking and things like that, like Bright Lights dance studio or Bright Lights theater. It would still be a conditional use, so you could continue to evaluate the parking. And the other part of the proposal is for signage, really directional signage for some of our industrial buildings. We found that our code strictly interpreted doesn't even allow for dock doors to be identified. So as truckers are coming in, trying to get to the right dock door, so that's what those amendments are about, for directional signage within an industrial area.
Can I have a motion?
Motion to approve.
Chester?
Motion to accept recommendations.
Yep. Second.
Do you want to move that to the board?
Yes, we have to.
I know, but can you make that as part of the motion?
I'd like to make a motion to move this to the board with recommendations.
Is it second? Trustee Siddiqui? Okay, any discussion? Okay, roll call vote?
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Yes.
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder.
Yes.
Okay, we move on to water billing. Okay, who gets this one? Mr. Pauling?
Here I am,
Hiding.
story of my life. Thank you for the opportunity to address the board and give you an update on August 23rd, Tuesday, August 23rd. The online water billing software program was trending on the internet, but we weren't trending in a good way. People were vocalizing on social media about their inability to use the online portal. They were getting oops messages. They were getting timeout messages. They were not able to update banking information. They were upset, rightly so. Administration advised myself of the issue. I don't have a social media account, never want to have a social media account. It's better that way. So we reached out to Central Square Technologies. They're the folks that provide our financial management software, and they provide the online water billing program as well. Just a bit of history, back in 2020, the village was required by Central Square Technologies to move from the solution that we had at the time to what we have now, which is Paya and a partnership with Paya and what they call Central Square Payments. It all integrates together. As soon as we launched this software back in about July 2020, we started experiencing problems right out of the gate. The terminals at the counters were not working correctly, and residents were complaining at that time that there were issues. We reached out to Central Square then, got a little bit of response, not very much. They kind of went away, didn't come back. After these issues that happened on the 23rd, reached out again, and I said to our representative, we need options and we need relief. We do not need to be embarrassed on social media, not my department and not the village, for your failure to provide software that works for our residents. So I think they listened to me. In a couple of days, they followed back up with them. They sent our issues to their technical support team. Technical support team said that the server that provides the program to the village was experiencing some performance issues. It was slow. I'm not a software tech, but it wasn't working as well as it should. And because it was running slow, it was why some of the residents were getting the timeout messages that they were getting and the oops messages. So they said they fixed that. And they fixed it, and then they tested it. They tested transactions. They ran it through some diagnostics and said, everything seems to be okay now, Bill. Cross your fingers. They didn't really say cross your fingers. So since that time, and I checked with my staff this morning, mid-morning today, we've had no reports on social media that I'm aware of. We've heard no phone calls, no emails, no folks at our counter that have expressed frustration with my system. Additionally, I was told that there were 146 online water bill payment transactions today that were successful. So in my report to the board that you have in your board docs package, I say that I'm cautiously optimistic that our problem is fixed for the short term, but our work is not done. We asked Central Square for options including changing out the software that we currently have and going with something that hopefully is much better, much more reliable. They've provided me two options, and we have a Zoom meeting with option number one tomorrow at about 10 o'clock, and then we'll schedule a phone call with the other provider. Try to get information, look at a demo, weigh the pros and cons, and then bring that information back before the board. I would ask that as you get comments from your residents about our online water bill experience, that you let me know so we can stay in touch. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them.
Trustee Light?
Bill, is it their system that obviously was malfunctioning, but how does it work with our system? Is our system updated enough? Does it work well enough that it, I guess, integrates with everything else?
I wish I had the IT people here. So it's independent software. The water billing program that is online is not Central Square's product. It's something special, different. Central Square provides the migration, the integration, so that when you post a water bill payment online, at the end of the night, when you update, it takes that information and puts it into their account in Central Square so that it's updated. I don't think that's quite the whole answer to your question. Part of the support agreement, of course, part of the support agreement that we pay to Central Square includes updates. We get updates on at least a semi-annual basis. So the software is up to date as Central Square has provided us.
And our software works well with Central's. I mean, that's what I'm questioning. If it's a problem with their software not communicating at times with updates that we do that don't work with them. I mean, I have social media and I got social media. So yes, I found out real quick what was going on.
My staff was kind enough to show me their phone where they were
Yeah.
showing all the comments.
I just wanted to make sure that it was taken care of and that we keep a close eye on it. And if we do have other options, like you said, it's great that you looked into other options because I think it'll make it a little bit better, hopefully for the residents.
Thank you. I was really disappointed when I spoke with my Central Square representative that they weren't proactive about notifying us of these server issues.
Yeah.
I feel like, for the money that we pay for support, they should have at least said, it might be on our end, so let's take a look at it.
Yeah, I agree. That's all I got.
Mr. Walters, do you have anything to add?
Oh, yeah, just real quick. When you say our software, their software is entirely cloud-based. So their software is entirely their software. We do updates periodically, often. As it turns out, we did updates probably a few days before that blew up. Had nothing to do with it because we've had an issue with it all along, but our software is totally fine. This is a cloud solution. So although we have to coordinate with them when they do their updates so that we turn off our system and we don't have people in the system. And we put a notice up on the website so people know it's down for the weekend or whatever. There's nothing in our software, the village, that interferes with that process. It's entirely cloud-based.
Okay, I was just questioning.
Okay. Mr. Maritato?
Okay, so how do we fix it? I mean, this has been going on for about a year now. I mean, I have residents call me up about the water billing. I mean, how do we fix it?
Well, I think Bill covered that well. We subscribe to a huge package of software. One of the little pieces, one little tiny piece of this is Click2Gov. So our entire financial package is what we pay for every year. We've had it for 20-some years. It's not something we can change overnight, or we can't buy a simple solution to replace the problem. I mean, I think Mr. Poling is looking at other options. The big failure was when we had to switch, like he said, in 2000. That's when we started having significant issues. So I believe there are other solutions that we can explore, and I believe Mr. Poling is exploring those. Other communities have had similar issues, and they've moved to other solutions. So as much as it is a cloud solution, there is other options that we can entertain that will replace the Click2Gov piece of it. So.
Okay, so in other words, we don't have to upgrade our equipment? Or do we have to upgrade our equipment because it's old?
It's not, we don't have any equipment anymore. As a matter of fact, it's entirely hosted by them. And the connection's really good. I mean, we have a very good service. And we don't own equipment that has to be updated, but the software that we have some issues in some of the modules that we have, and I think
Bill's had his totally focused on actually trying to figure out, so he's actually talked about what other communities are doing, and we're trying to figure out how we can totally escape the click-to-gov fiasco. It's kind of hard because, like I said, this is an entire suite. It's a giant application, so this little piece that happens to be a critical frontline piece that our citizens connect to is just one tiny piece of it. The entire village is run on the software, so as hard as it is, I mean, we would love to replace it, and I think that Bill's finding those options right now.
Let's get it fixed. People calling you up and say, I can't pay my water bill, I can't do this, I can't do this. I've been dealing with this for a year.
Unfortunately.
Let's get it fixed. If we need something, we have to buy something.
Absolutely, and I think.
Let's buy it.
I think that Bill's all over that right now, and it is time to do something, so he's doing all he can.
Okay. Oh, I understand, Bill. I don't have a problem with Bill. You're doing a good job, but this software, do we have to go to another company, or we have to give, I don't know how it works.
So
I just want it fixed. I don't know how it's done.
Trustee Meritato.
I just want it fixed.
So two separate issues. The water billing issue is separate from our financial package suite that Bob mentioned. And we are working towards bringing to the board sometime in the near future, probably budget, a financial suite package, that's a state bid package, that would upgrade our systems and our financial software to 2022. We're in 2000. So what we have today has kind of been, I don't want to say hodgepodge, but kind of connected over time, and it's been the software we have has been bought out by 2 or 3 different companies, and their add-ons have been put on, and it's time for us to seriously upgrade our financial suite so that we have, I understand what the residents want, a true internet store credit card system where you can just pick and choose which credit card you want. The system doesn't allow you to do that. You have to completely erase your credit card system and put a new one in, and then you can do stuff. But it's not a smooth system like you get on Amazon or some other website. So in order for us to get there, we have to upgrade our packages. And we wouldn't upgrade the package just for water billing. We upgrade the package because we need to upgrade the package to bring better service to the residents and more efficiencies throughout our department so that residents have one place to go and not 2 or 3 places to go.
I agree.
I agree.
I must say that I agree with Bob. Being in IT, it's not an easy fix, Meritato. It's not like that, just fix it, because there are 2 ends. I believe one of your financial department and then your billing department, and they need to talk. And I think the problem is between these 2, because you don't know the back end. And as Mr. Flynn said, that and it's going to be cost us. If we are going to look into the new software,
Right.
It's gonna cost us quite a bit money, because we are looking, because I looked at our one, it's old, and it's so whatever we are getting, we're just gonna do it, but there are better options available, but it will require some money.
It is a significant expense, and it's also, it's not Microsoft Office. You don't plug it in and just use it.
Yeah.
It's a probably 18-month to 24-month
subscription
turnaround, so that, all of our financial records at some point can be ported to the new one, and everybody's trained. So, it's not a short-term process, but we have to start the process now in order to get to where we want to get to. So I expect at probably next budget cycle, we'll be bringing something forward to the board on new financial software.
Okay, thank you. Good.
But, I must say, Bob, under those IT tools or gadgets what you have, your department is doing a fantastic job.
Oh, well, thank you very
Yeah.
much. Thank you.
Okay. Anybody else?
There's a problem, this about, I have talked with different department. And they say that, we need one software so we can talk with each other, all these different departments. So I will recommend and I will request with the board that do this, because of these different departments cannot talk with each other. I'm talking about their system. So take those steps, buy new one, we have money. And only thing is, we need to renovate our system. And I want that, I don't want, because of that, our residents are suffering. They cannot pay bill, they have long waiting period. So I don't like that, So I will request this board to work on this, and before that, our department heads, so bring one system, common system, we can, all these systems can talk with each other, so people, our resident will get benefit out of that, and we will save time, for. So please do it.
Okay, we'll move along to other. I was able to attend a ceremony last week where the police department inducted or swore in 2 new officers and also gave out division meritorious awards to Sergeant Padiasic, Officer Hernandez, and Officer Cahill for life-saving awards. And this is just an indication of the fantastic police department we have. These gentlemen risked their own lives. They went above and beyond the call of duty. And I can't be prouder of the police department. So thank you, George. Would you please pass along the board's appreciation to the officers?
Yes, thank you, Bill.
Thank you. Okay, Trustee Siddiqui, HR.
Yeah, before HR, I just want to take a moment and thank Joanne for her hard work and dedication over the years to the village. Without her contribution, this village wouldn't grow and develop as it did under her watch. On the behalf of District 2 and the residents of District 2, I want to say my thanks to you and your department for her hard work. And I must share, when I saw Joanne, it's on one of our coffee with the board and mayor. And while I was sitting over there, and Joanne is listening all those things, and in that break, she's working on. She has like a big file, and she's working on those ones. So it tells me that, like you did really worked hard, and so all the best to you and your family for your future endeavors, and I hope you are leaving with us in a good hand. Is there any replacement of yours? Are you the part of any, interviewing people or?
Well, I will thank you for your comments, and then I will hand it to Doug.
Over the course of the last 2 days, we've interviewed 7 applicants for Joanne's position. We're narrowing that down to a final list of 3.
So when you say you interviewed, so Ms. Nicole was are you?
No.
You are HR director, correct?
Yes.
And you are not the part of that
No,
committee?
I'm not part of the panel.
You're not the part of the panel?
Correct.
So again, we are going to this, and why is that? Why HR is not the part of?
Yeah, I will answer that.
I'm not asking you. Can you please let me finish?
This is my answer.
Can you, when I'm talking, don't interrupt me.
Ask her about her, not about the question which I have discretion.
Can you stop this?
Trustee Siddiqui has the floor right now.
So, Ms. Lewis, first I need to know Who is in that panel? First, Doug, can you tell me who is in that panel? Who is interviewing and where are we? Yeah, so,
The panel consists of Mayor Coker, myself, Chief Pappas, Rachel Kaplan, and Trustee Meritato.
okay. And no one from Joanne from your department? And why is that? I mean, we are hiring, there are some competent people in your department who can,
Oh, on the panel?
on the panel, why they are not included in that? I mean, I know, you should be the part, I was
Well,
hoping,
there's an internal candidate from Community Development on the, being interviewed for the position.
okay, so it's a conflict of interest?
Yeah.
Kind of, okay.
And generally speaking, for this position, we use department head level personnel for those interviews.
So when this panel was formed, aren't supposed to be, the board should be notified and we should also know who is in that panel and, how this panel was formed? Or
Not necessarily.
not? Okay.
Okay.
So, but so Ms. Lewis, being a HR director,
I'm the HR manager.
HR manager, sorry. Do you think that you should be the part of this panel?
I do.
Okay,
And I agree with you 100%.
let's,
And the reason being you are not, whatever your knowledge is, what is the reason that you are not the part of this panel?
I'm not sure of the reason.
Okay.
okay, let's move along here. Please.
Mr. Chairman,
Mayor Coker, you have the floor now.
Yes. Number one, Trustee Sriki, I gave you answer of this question many times before, number one. Number two, this is now it looks like childish question. Number three, you should respect for the process. You should know what is process, You did not appear in last board meeting and you did not inform to anybody in the
We are
village.
talking about the HR right now. Don't
I'm
go to
talking
the
about
past.
yourself
Yeah.
because you are poking your nose everywhere without any reason.
I am the elected member
No,
and
you,
I have
you,
a
you
right
don't,
to know.
this is my time.
Okay,
This is my time. You should stop, People, residents come over here and you say, you don't speak English. This is, you are trustee. You are from
First of
same
all,
nation from which
wanna listen
that
to
guy belongs, Number four, Pakistani Day is your nation, your country, and you try to stop that, event. It happened. It was very successful. And I don't know how much good English do you speak, if you talk with some English tutor, you will learn that in one sentence you have 10 mistakes.
Can we keep on focus on that?
Mayor, you have departed from the subject.
Now, I'm talking about his, his behavior,
No,
You need help, and if you want, I can assign someone from this village who can assist you with your English.
We are done with this subject now.
Okay, thank you.
Trustee Meritato?
I'm done. Thank you very much.
Thank you. I want to get back to village business. I'm gonna start with the senior center. We're gonna have a contractor doing construction there, right?
Yeah, at some point, we have some money that has been set aside to do some work there. We've brought some preliminary plans to the board.
Okay, is there any way we can get the push-button doors for the washrooms?
We spoke briefly. I have been able to contact the architect. I was gonna say, I got the wrong word here. The architect, and they are putting together that to have as an addition to the plans that we've started.
Oh, great, because handicapped people in wheelchairs, we have to open the doors so they can get in. So if we can throw that in the contract with the builder, that'd be great.
They're gonna incorporate that into the plans as well as the other items that came forward from the senior center, which was the
urinals or the higher-
higher raised toilets.
Yes, okay, good. Good. That'll work. Police department. George, I don't know if this was planned or not, but, I was driving down Fulton Avenue by the school, and all the kids were out there playing. And there was a squad car parked in the library, watching. So, I mean, that was a great, I mean, that's a great idea if that was planned. I mean, watching the kids out there playing. I don't know if it was planned or not, but it was a good idea.
It's actually something Keith and I were talking about earlier today.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, just winding this all down. Okay, my last one, I don't know, I'm not gonna give it to you, Joanne, because God bless you, you're gone. You did a great job for us for 10 years. This is gonna be beyond you. Homeowners, I don't know, Doug, I have to talk to Doug on this. Homeowner sells their house. We inspect it. We see maybe 5 things in the house that needs a permit. Okay? We go in there and charge them for the permits, which is right. But then we charge them $150 penalty. I mean, is there any way we can eliminate that $150 penalty? I mean, he's paying for all the permits. I mean, why should we hit him for $150?
So if I could clarify, and then.
Yeah, go.
This is my last board meeting. So the village ordinance states that if work is done without a permit, the permit fee is double. So it's not $150 necessarily. If it was a $50 permit, it would be a $50 penalty for work done without a permit. So if, and just to clarify, so if we do a real estate transfer inspection and the person who is selling, if they didn't make the upgrades, if it was a previous, previous to them, there's no charge for the permit. We just want to document it, make sure it's safe, and then there's no charge. If the person who's selling their home, if they did the work, that's what the code says. So that would require an amendment to, if you don't want to have any penalty, it is in the ordinance that there's a penalty for work without a permit. So it would basically need to change that. And so it's a double fee is what it is. So whatever the fee is, if it's a $100 fee, it's $200 if you did the work without getting a permit.
All right, so we have to take that back to the ordinance committee?
That would be up to you if you want to do an ordinance committee change.
Well, I don't know how the board feels, but I mean, I would like to eliminate it. Do away with the penalty. I mean, if they're paying for 5 or 6 permits, why hit them again? I mean, what if they bought the house when there was no permits? I mean,
if they bought the
15,
house when
20
there was,
years ago-
right, if they bought the house and there was no permit required at the time, we don't charge them any penalty, or we don't charge them a permit fee. So if they show that they did the work and the permit wasn't required at that time, there's no fee whatsoever, there's no charge. It's just people that didn't get the permit, that now get the permit, and it's purely a trying to encourage people to get the permit up front. If there's no penalty at all for not getting a permit, I think people will stop getting permits and take their chances.
Well, yeah, but we don't charge them a penalty until they sell the house.
Well,
I mean, we don't go in the house unless it's a home inspection.
or if we catch a lot of people doing work during the week. So we probably, 2 or 3 times a week, we find people that have the contractor's van in their driveways. And so that is a double fee as well.
So it's just not on the rental, it's just not on the real estate transfer inspection. It's anytime we find somebody doing work without a permit and they get fined, they get a double permit fee for doing the work without the permit and they get caught.
Okay, I'm thinking that's a lot different than what I'm thinking. I'm thinking if you sell your house, we go in there and find 4 things that need a permit. We charge him the four permits that he should have had, but then we hit him again for
not getting the permit.
for not
Yeah.
getting the permits.
And just to
I'd like to eliminate that.
So
that-
you want to eliminate it for real estate transfer inspections?
Right.
Okay.
And eliminate that and just charge the people for the permits. I mean, why we hitting them again?
And we try to, just to clarify, we do If there's a kitchen, kitchen and 2 bathrooms, that's 1 permit. So we don't charge that. So it's exterior and interior. So if they've finished their basement, done their kitchen, done their bathrooms, that's 1 permit. That's not 4 permits. Just to clear, I just want to clarify for the public's benefit. I know you understand the process, and it's just, if there's a shed, if there's an outside, that is a separate permit because that's a separate review process.
I just don't feel that it's right that they pay for the permits when they sell their house, and then we hit them with a penalty because they didn't get them. Now, if we catch somebody doing work without a permit, that's a totally different story. I'm just saying, when somebody sells their house, we find them, we make them pay the permits, and then I just want to eliminate that 150 or 50, whatever it is,
The penalty.
the penalty. It gets the people irate. I mean,
Trustee Meritato, if I could add, it's a very common practice in every municipality, when you're caught working without a permit, to pay a double permit fee. And during the transfer inspection, what they're basically doing is catching the person working without a permit. So you're saying, I'm just trying to clarify, legally, they're both being caught working without a permit, just at different times. Some are at the time that the work is being done. The other one is when they're selling their house, they got caught that they did work without a permit. So it is a very common practice, just to let you know. It's something that you can't eliminate, but just to let you know, it is a very common. It's not specific to the Village of Glendale Heights.
okay, I just threw it out there to see how the board feels, but, I mean, it has to go back to the ordinance committee to change it, right?
We should, just so the public has input and other people have input into it. I just set myself a note to have a ordinance committee meeting and put that on the agenda.
Okay, thanks, Doug.
Hey,
That's it,
Chester.
I'm done.
Chester.
Okay, thank you. I just want some clarification. Why are the trustees always the last to find out what the hell's going on in this village? I found out this morning that we've been interviewing for Joanne's position. Joanne, first of all, I want to thank you for you doing a fantastic job. Every time I call you, I get an answer the same day or the very next day. Whoever takes your position, they're going to have some huge, huge shoes to fill, believe me.
Thank you.
You got a good department over there. You handle it very, very well. And I remember your son Joey when he was this big, and now he's a giant. So anyway, but why are the trustees the last to find out what the hell is going on in this village? We were interviewing for the replacement for you. I found out today, and it's been going on for a few days since last week. And Nicole, you should be part of that committee. You're HR. There's no reason why you should not be involved in that. Can anybody answer that?
I can apologize for not informing the board that we were interviewing yesterday and today.
Not only that interviewing, anything that's going on, ask some of the members. We're the last to find out. Pat told me months and months ago, I will let the board know what's going on. Nothing ever happened. Am I true? Am I correct?
Yes.
I'm just finding out tonight
Yes.
Yeah,
that
that's
she's
what I
been
mean.
interviewed. I didn't know anyone was being
We are
interviewed
left
for
in
your
the dark
position.
all the time.
Well, it's not purposeful.
What else do you call it?
Well, we're interviewing people for a position. It's something that we do like every week.
But
And
things
you'll
going
be-
on in this village, we're not aware of it.
I'm not exactly sure what you're referring to, but once Joanne's position has an applicant, it's got to go to the board for consent.
Even Pat, he's deputy mayor. Cooker don't tell us nothing. You told us that you're gonna let all the board know what's going on. That never happens.
Oh, Chester, if you want to discuss this, we'll do it after the meeting.
Right.
Well, that's a cop-out.
Call it whatever you want.
It's a cop-out. And the other thing I want to mention, since nobody wants to discuss it and clarify anything, we had a neighborhood watch meeting. George, thank you for putting it together, you and Tanya. It was fantastic. We had about 80 people over there. I wish all our neighborhood watch meetings would have half of that amount, not just 3 or 4. We had some dignitaries over there. Mr. Berlin, State's Attorney, Deputy Sheriff, Hendrick, and it was for all the families that lost their loved ones with drug overdose. It was a fantastic program, and I want to congratulate you.
Thank you, Chester. We're very well attended, and it's an important topic. It was opioid awareness, and ultimately, there were some overdose deaths that were talked
yes.
about there. Yes.
It was, the figures that they mentioned was, I couldn't believe the people that are dying with ODs. But anyway, thank you for putting that on.
Thank you.
With respect, Trustee Pojek, James Mendricks is not deputy sheriff, he's sheriff of DuPage County.
Yeah, I know.
You said deputy sheriff, you know.
Oh, I apologize if
Okay.
I made a mistake, okay?
Oh, okay. You do a lot of time, you know.
Mary?
I want to, first of all, I want to wish you the best of luck, Joanne. You really have done a nice job, and we really appreciate your work.
Thank you.
But I do want to say this, I have to agree with Chester. There's so many things that are happening that we're not aware of, and this is so unlike this board. I mean, the park parties, well, Keith knew I was very unhappy with the park parties, but that went through without our approval. Things like that. We used to be informed about these things that were happening, and I don't feel that's justifying our position right now by you not telling us. And when I say you, I don't necessarily mean you, Doug. I think you're doing a fantastic job. Actually, I think you shouldn't be the assistant. I think you should be the person in charge. And this is another thing we've never been asked if we'd like you to be elevated to the position of being the village administrator. I mean, we don't get asked anything, and I don't think that's fair. So I have to agree with you,
Mary
Chester.
Schroeder, Jazz called you few days ago, you didn't answer, you know. Did you call? Yes?
It was for a lunch.
I have a quick question. Mr. Flint, as an acting village administrator, do you agree that Ms. Lewis should be the part of the panel? Because, you know, you are interviewing, and HR is a very important.
Well, certainly, the HR manager has a big part in the application process for all of the onboarding. Having her part of that process makes all of that simpler.
So you agree that she should be the part of this panel?
I think Nicole should be part of every panel that we hire
Correct.
somebody for.
But she is not. Okay.
Is
So
there
this
a
is
mo-
only in this.
Is there a
village?
motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Roll call.
Roll call vote?
Chester,
Trustee Pojek?
Yes.
Trustee Schroeder?
yes.
President Coker?
Yes.
Trustee Schmidt?
Yes.
Trustee Siddiqui?
Yes.
Trustee Light?
Yes.
Trustee Meritato?
Find out this morning, I just found out right now when you talked about it.